Welcome back to Whiskey Wonder Woman. In today's video, I am doing a blind tasting test to see which Elijah Craig barrel proof is better, C923 or C924. So let's get started. I haven't had C923 in over a year, so I can't remember what it tastes like. I just know that it is delicious. So I'm going to be really excited to try it again. And I just got this today. Let's get started. So the C923 is 133 proof, 13 years and 7 months old, and amazing. I think this is the highest age barrel proof they have so far. And it's really hard to find. Like, you can find Elijah barrel proof everywhere, but it's almost impossible to find C923 again. And this Elijah Craig C924 is 129 proof, but only 11 years old. So almost a 3.5 year difference, technically. I have no idea which one is which. I love doing blind tastings. So let's just do this thing. Alrighty. Oh my gosh, I would hate to drop any. This is a little darker. This is a little more golden. I would say this one is thicker. It looks almost like maple syrup. And this one's a little thinner, but there is thickness in the liquid. I'm going to go with this one first because I think it's thinner. Just do that. Let's go in for the aroma. Spin it around. I love these glasses so much. I got them from Home Goods for like $5. Okay. Wow. Whew. Brown, butter, vanilla, spices. I feel like this is what I remember C923 to smell like. So this could be C923. There's just an explosion of vanilla happening. A bunch of like dark cherries. A lot of caramel. It's just so sweet that my tongue is watering because it feels like it's a dessert. Also, there's like a woody aromatic smell that I find very enjoyable. Okay, that is a really good aroma. Let me clear out my nose. Oh yeah, someone taught me this in my comments to smell my skin. I think it was like my wrist or my elbow, but I'm just gonna do my wrist. Okay, push this one around. This has more sweetness and maybe like orchard-like fruits to it. There's more freshness in it, but it's thick. Almost like apple cider. It's almost like this with apple cider in it. That was the first note that I got. So let me go in again. Wow, that's really good. My mouth is watering. I got like a burst of caramel. Well, actually, I want to say that it was like toffee. It was very thick, deep in flavor. A lot of vanilla notes, a lot of caramelization. Honestly, I don't think I got cherry in this one, but hold on, let me see. Actually, I would say it's more of like a tart cherry, but I'm still getting cherry notes. Wow, both aromas are actually pretty amazing. Okay. I feel like this one is C923. This one has more of aromatic smell, and also I'm getting more vapors hitting me, whereas this one is more toned and like dense. This one is thicker and darker. This is mind-blowing. Let me find out C924 is good, because when C923 came out, it's crazy. When it first came out, and we were doing drops in line, I don't think a lot of people knew of it. So when they were actually coming out, people were choosing like Eagle Rare and Blanton's over this bottle, and I'm like, you guys are crazy. I was actually stocking up on them. This bottle is a treasure. When the drops here happened and I realized how good they were, I was able to pick up another bottle, and I was able to gift another, which regretting now, but it is what it is. Yeah, so let me find out that this one is good. I'm going to have to find more. Let's get into the taste. I don't know which one I should start with. Maybe I should go with, actually I'll go with the Celtic first because I did the Aroma with the Fox. Okay, I'm so excited. This one is darker and thick. It looks like maple syrup to me, honestly. It just has like a brown butter apple-like scent. It just reminds me of fall. Okay, that was like apples and cinnamon. This is definitely like an apple pie. I don't remember C923 being spicy, but I don't remember C923, so I could be wrong, but there's a lot of apples in here, or at least I think it's apples. There's a lot of like cleansing fruits happening, but there's a lot of oak and caramel that's balancing it out. It's actually a pretty good barrel proof. Whichever number you are really good. I always like going in for another sniff of the aroma after I take my first sip because the aroma always expands for me. And now I'm getting a woody note, and I think it's cedar wood. I think. It's just super perfumey. There is a lot of spice in the finish. It reminds me of an apple pie, honestly. There's a lot of apples, there's a lot of oak, there's a lot of baking spices, and the finish is coming off dry because I think the finish is like cinnamon. So for me, it's coming off dry. So let me cleanse my palate and go in for this one. All right, this is the Fox. It looks thinner, a little lighter in color than the other one. Cheers. Okay, I don't remember C923 tasting like this either. This has a lot more oak, and it's more like condensed and deep, and it has the spices in the end. It's even more deep and darker in the spices, and there is a longer, deeper finish towards the end, and it's still lingering. I have no idea which one is C923 because they taste different, but my God, they both taste good, even though one is 2.5 years younger. So cleansing my palate again. Actually, let me do another sip of this because that was actually quite good. I'm not getting any of the apples in here. It's more like caramels and cherry and oak, toffee. Yeah, this tastes really good. There's a lot of oak in the palate, and there's a lot of, I think maybe a little bit of charness, and that's where all the spices are opening up towards the end. And it's such a nice developing finish of spices. It's just a lot of spices going on. I mean, I want to say that there's cloves, there's cinnamon, there's even endings of like oak and char happening. I think this one is really good. But let me cleanse my palate and go back to this one because I really like this one, honestly. This one is so much darker. It reminds me of like a caramel apple on a stick. It's just so sweet, like a dessert. This one is so good. I think the spices in this one mellows out faster than this glass. To be honest, I have no idea which one is which, but I can tell you that they are both really good. If I had to choose a favorite, yikes, it's hard. I like both of them, I really do. Ugh. If I'm feeling more oak, I might lean towards this one and I could slowly sip this. And if I'm feeling more sweetness, more like full-time spices, like I want a dessert, I'm going with this one. But the crazy thing is that the aroma in this one was so decadent that I thought it was going to taste like a dessert, but it ended up being more spicy. So I'm gonna go with the Celtic, I think that's what this is, as being my favorite, and this coming as a close second. But they both taste good, guys. So if I were to see C924, I would probably buy another bottle because it is delicious. So I have a sticker under one of these bottles to tell me which one. It's not under this one, so it must be under this one. Okay, I'll just show you guys. So C924 was the Fox, and I chose C923 as my favorite. And I knew it was gonna be my favorite because I love this bottle. I slowly sip it because it's the last of it. I don't want it to run out, but I definitely wanted to do a comparison with the C924. Honestly, C924 was not disappointing. It did not disappoint me. Listen, I don't think there's ever going to be another C923. This is just the unicorn bottle. But Elijah Craig can make other bottles that are just as good, and we just gotta take it as it is and enjoy what's in the bottle. But I can tell you that C924 is pretty good. B520, what was B524? That one was really good. A124 was good but spicy. So a lot of batches coming in, different profiles, all really good. But that's the best part of the barrel proofs. Like, there are different flavors that are going in there. So who knows? Another batch can come in that is not 13 years old that could be just as good. So this is proof to show you that even at 11 years old, this can be almost at the same level as C923. It has almost the same notes as like Elijah Craig barrel proof, like base notes. Like the C923 is just a little more aged, more caramelized, more oomph, more thicker. But you know, if my bourbon people remember, when barrel proofs first came out, they were all at a baseline of 12 years old. And then, I maybe have a bottle that shows that it was 12 years old, I don't know. But I think after COVID, I think they started changing the batches, I think to keep up with production. And that's why the proof and the ages started changing up. Other than that, the baseline was 12 years old. And I don't know how C923 came out and ended up being almost 14 years old. But hey, we got it. And we should just treasure it as it is. It is definitely a unicorn. So with that, I'm just going to end this video to tell you that C924 is actually pretty good. So if you see it at a good price, definitely get it. All that to say is that if you see C924 on the shelf, don't dismiss it because it's not C923. It's still Elijah Craig barrel proof. It's still gonna have really good flavors in it. It's still gonna have that deep caramel flavor that you like. It's just gonna have little variations. If you like that, then go ahead and buy the bottle. You won't be disappointed. Cheers. Hey, I almost chose Fox.